All right, we're back. And Bencic has already broken. So, Tula Bencic, who has done well here before. She's won this tournament, I think, before. Made the final a few times. So, yeah. Let's see how she does against Keys, who... Has she won this before as well? I'm not sure. I have to double check. Oh, pardon me. All right. But Pegula got through a marathon earlier. So let's see what this match has. This match feels like it could be a marathon, but it could also be quick because these two are big hitters, so they don't really muck around much. Double fault, though. Love 40. Breakback point for Keys. She hits a 4-1 winner, and there's the breakback. All right, Keys back on serve. It's 2-1 Bencic. Bencic 2022 she won, and then Keys 2019. Okay, I thought so. I thought I read that. I know Bencic made the final a few times too. All right. Whew. What else is going on right now? Tien's playing. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Cool. All right. Back on serve 2-1. All right, 15 love. Good hitting from Keys. Nice with a 4-1 rally. Keys hits it out there, 15 all. $15 all. All right, backhand rally as Bencic with a 4-1 cross court goes long, 30-15. Pegula and Keys are so much fun to watch. Bencic and Keys both have won over 20 wins in Charleston. Oh, right. Is that the most ever? 30-15. As the backhand from Bencic goes in the front of Keys. Backhand from Bencic on the stretch. Keys with the slice. It's Bencic backhand again. The backhand of Keys. Keys in the net. And it's 30-all. As Keys serves again. And the return goes in from Bencic. Keys off the tape. Into the forehand of Bencic. To the forehand of Keys as Bencic. Can't get that one. Keys puts it away. All right, 1 second, Jeff. Ah, 2-0. Bencic to serve. And Bencic 15-love. Pegula is definitely over 7 hours between 3 matches. I know, right? She's played so much tennis. So much tennis. All right, now, I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back now. 30-love. We've got a backhand return from Keys. Pegula with a... Sorry, not Pegula. Bencic with a forehand is too strong. 40-15. All right, 40-15. As Bencic comes to the net, love goes up by Keys. As Bencic with the backhand of the forehand of Keys to the backhand of Bencic, he puts it away. It's 3-2. All right. All right, now I'm here. What's up? Five meetings between these two. No set has gone past 6-4. Really? I've never played tiebreak, never played 7-5. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh. Whew. Is it chilly today? It is actually freezing today. My hands are cold. But it gives me an excuse to wear this jacket, so I'm happy. Yeah, it's going to start getting real cold. All right. 3-2 Bencic. Winner of this play is Kessler or Starop-Dipseva. So the winner of this match would like their chances of making the final. Kessler's been playing well, though, and so has Starop-Dipseva, but the winner of this match will be the favorite to make the final. All right, 15 love. As Keys misses 15 all. As the return goes in from Bencic in the form of Keys. Bencic backhand. Again, the form of Keys. Bencic again to the form of Keys. Bencic now with the form of the stretch. Keys forehand up the line. Bencic pass. Keys volley. Too good. 30-15. Great volley by Keys. All right. 30-15. As a backhand goes to the net by Keys. 30 all. All right. 30-40. Break point for Bencic. To get the break again. Serve into the backhand is let. Serve into the backhand. Bencic is too good. No. Yes. Too good. Deuce. As Bencic can't return that one either. Advantage Keys. As Keys serves the fault, second serve. And that goes in the net by Keys, and it's back to deuce. Alright, back to deuce. Alright, return goes in front of Keys. Backhand out from Bencic. Keys backhand to the backhand of Bencic. To the backhand of Keys. Bencic again with the backhand to the backhand of Keys. Into the front of Bencic. Keys to the front of the stretch. Bencic shanks it. Oh, I just missed. Crazy shank. Advantage Keys. That goes in. That's a very awkward shot. All right, advantage Keys. As Keys comes net, puts it away, and she levels 3-0. All right. All right, back to Bencic. I think the wind's picked up a little bit too, so it's a little bit awkward. Bench has never made it past the third round of Roland Garros. That's insane. All right, nice hitting by Keys again. Love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Into the front of Keys. Return goes long, 15-0. $15. As Bencic serves again. As Bencic really good serve, 30-15. $30-15. And Bencic serves again. To the back of the Keys. Keys in the net, 40-15. $40-15. Bencic serves a fault. Second serve. Bencic didn't play Roland Garros last year, so it'll be interesting to see how she goes. Will she make a Grand Slam final this year? Bencic should probably make a Wimbledon final. I could see that happening. Backhand return gets forward of Bencic. Backhand now from Keys in the net. 4-3 Bencic first set. Cam, any new DVDs? Have I? Yeah. I've been on like the hunt for CDs lately. But I found Donnie Darko. I didn't have that. So that was cool. Thrift stores weren't open yesterday, so I didn't get to go. And then Thursday, I only went to one after I went to the movies, so I didn't get to see. Might go to some city thrift stores today because I'm going to the city. Oh shit, that actually reminds me. I might have to bring a backpack. There's some big thrift stores in the city that I might be able to check out. Donnie Darko's legit, yeah. Now I'm just trying to watch the movies that I've got. I've got so many movies I haven't seen. Like I just watched I watched Fargo yesterday. I watched Fargo. That was good. It's a good movie. And then I watched Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. They were good. I liked Before Sunrise. I thought that was a good movie. It reminded me a lot of traveling through Europe. As a man of culture, it's hard to believe you didn't have Donnie Darko yet. I've seen Donnie Darko. I just didn't have it on DVD. It's one of those movies that's hard to find. Also, I watched Chasing Amy the other day as well, that I found at the thrift, which was good. I think I've got like all the Kevin Smith directed movies now. I've got Dogma. I've got Clerks. I've got Chasing Amy. I've got Jay and Bob Strike Again, or Strike Back. Mallrats. I've got all these. They're all good. I think they're all great movies. They're all just so like 90s. Like they just have that feel. Especially Mallrats. Mallrats is such a such a nostalgia. Like that is such like you couldn't make Mallrats today because nobody goes to the mall. Love 15. Quite the collection, yeah. There's still I don't have like Clerks 2 or there's a few other movies I need from that series, but look for movie Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino. I already have that movie. I've got Any Given Sunday. I have to watch it though. Maybe I'll go on a sports. Maybe I'll go like an Al Pacino binge. As that backhand goes in the net by Bencic, 15-0. Yeah, so I haven't got. Yeah, the movies on my list of things to find. I don't need to really add to it yet. Godfather is legendary. Yeah, I've got Godfather 1 and 2. I haven't got number 3 though. As that goes out by Keys on the serve. Was that a double fault? Was it a double fault or was it Keys just... I think Keys just hit an error. 15-30. Goodfellas I need to rewatch. Goodfellas is one of my favorites. Top 4. I need to find like Mars Attacks. That's on my list of trying to find stuff. Yeah. 2 for the Money with Al Pacino is good as well. Okay. Oh yeah, Bencic won Olympic gold back in Tokyo. 4-1 goes in from Keys. That's a winner. 30-0. 30-0. Yeah, I think today, since I'm in the area, I might as well go get some, try and find some treasure. By the way, Chad, this is some random ass drink that I've got from McDonald's. It tastes alright. Backhand rally. Was it a forehand now from Bencic up the line to the slice of Keys, but Keys hits long. 30-40, break point. Especially the part when they're cooking, when the helicopters are hovering. Yeah, that is. Yeah, there's so many good. Yeah, good. I gotta watch Goodfellas again. I should be watching that once a year. That movie is a classic. 30-40. As that goes into the net by Bencic, and Keys survives. Back to deuce. We get the deuce. The only way that Keys and Pegula can play is in the final. They're on the opposite sides of the draw. As return goes into the forehand of Keys, backhand it from Bencic. Into the backhand of Keys. Keys is wide, advantage Bencic. Goodfellas is a once-a-year type of movie, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You haven't seen Goodfellas for probably two years. So I definitely need to rewatch it. Yeah, Goodfellas is, I wouldn't call it a comfort movie, but it's definitely one of those like rewatchable movies. For me, anyway. As Keys hits an ace, and we're back to deuce. It's definitely on my list of... Did that not work? Hello? Oh, this is very quiet. That's very loud. Okay. All right. Good serve again from Keys. Advantage Keys. I need to watch Casino as well. Again. I've seen it, but I need to watch again. As that goes out by Keys on the forehand, we're back to deuce. Unpopular opinion, I can enjoy Dante's Peak once any time of year. Yeah, I have to get that as well. As the backhand return goes into the form of Keys, Bencic pass, Keys with the volley, too good. Have I seen Mean Streets? No, but that's on my list. That's on my list of things to find. I got to find Mean Streets as well. I'm trying to get all the different directors' movies. So like all of the Scorsese movies, all of the trying to get Spielberg, Tarantino, trying to get all movies by the same director, if I can, and then also movies by with certain actors in it too. Right, like Taxi Driver and all those, classics. And then Keys serves an ace. All right, 4-all. 4-all. All right. Kubrick on your list? Oh, yeah, for sure. I've got The Shining, but it's really hard to find. It's really hard to find. The 2001 I can find, but some of the more obscure movies, I can't find any David Lynch movies. They're very hard to find too. But I'm going to find them. 15 Love. I'm going to find them. The serve again from Bencic is a fault. Second serve. And a double fault from Bencic. 15-0. Are Australian DVDs a different region from US? Yeah, Australian DVDs are region 4. So I think US is like region 1, right? Australia's got region 4. All right, return goes wide by Bencic. Sorry, by Keys, 30-15. Region, I think it might be region 2 America, right? Maybe. 30-15. As return goes in the backhand of Bencic up the line of the front of Keys. Bencic backhand win across court. Region 1 is US. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, we got region 4. 2 must be UK, I think. All right, Bencic with the winner, 40-15. Canada's region 1. Yeah, I think it must be like North America region 1. I think Asia and Australia is 4. And then UK might be 2. Europe and UK might be 2. And then South America might be something else. 3, 4, 3, 5. I don't know. Anyways, backhand return, 40-30. Because I picked up some like region 1 and 2 movies by accident at the thrift store. And yeah, it's been you put it in the DVD player and they're like, you can't play this. Like, great. I've been looking forward to watching this movie and now I can't watch it. You can buy region-free, unrestricted players, but on PlayStation you can't do that. It's not region-free. Ah, 40-30. Return from Keys to the back of Bencic. Forehand from Keys again goes long, and Bencic holds 5-4 first set. All right, 5-4. Sell them online? What, the movies that I can't play? I mean, maybe. But also, like, the cost of shipping is so expensive, it's not worth it. If the trend continues, Bencic should break. I was just about to say that. So Bencic will break now because they're not playing. This has to be a 6-4. All right. All right. 5-4. Yeah, I've got like a whole list of movies that I'm looking for. See, I take this seriously. I take this collecting very seriously. I have an app that tells me that I have a wish list. Like Clockwork Orange is on my list. Barry Lyndon's on my list. Blue Velvet. Brazil. What else we got? Cube. If you've seen that movie, you know. I've got the Die Hard movies. I don't need these anymore. Eraserhead, Ex Machina. Galaxy Quest. Gone Girl. I haven't seen that movie forever. That movie's crazy. Kingpin is on my list. Haven't seen that for a while. Lost in Translation I should be able to find pretty easily. Mars Attacks, Mean Streets, Mulholland Drive, Mystic River, Nightcrawler, Psycho, Rocky series. I have to find those. 15 Love. Gone Girl so good. Yeah, I know, right? haven't seen that for ages. What else we got? Spirited Away. I won't find that at a thrift store. Swingers. Taxi Driver. The Iron Giant is on the list. 15-all. Hands it backing up the line to the forehand of Bencic. And Bencic hits a passing shot winner. And it's 15-30. Train Spotting I can't find anywhere. I'm looking for Train Spotting. I can't find it anywhere. 15-30. Bencic trying to get this set. Keys with a forehand in the net. And it's break point, set points for Bencic. All right, 15-40. Served in a season ace. One saved. 30-40. I may be late to the discussion, but I just saw that Swiatek hired Nadal Academy coach. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Love that for Swiatek. And Rafa was also like giving her some help. As Keys serves a fault second serve. As she hits the second serve, the back of Bencic, forehand from Keys in the net. There's the break. All right, there's the break. 6-4 first set. Bencic takes it. Dream come true. Swiatek Rafa. Yeah. I don't know if Rafa's going to be there for matches, but it was cool to see them just sort of, one great clay court player to another. It was great to see them, sort of collaborate. The trend continues. That's it. 13 winners, 14 errors from Keys, 5 winners, 6 errors from Bencic. Bencic served better than Keys, and that was probably the difference with when it came to break points. Keys only converted the one that she had, but Bencic had more and converted 2. All right. I called Royce as a pick. Love him. Occasional Rafa, which is bonus. Yeah. Rafa's probably going to be around, but I don't think he'll be showing up to sit in the coach's box and shit like that. I don't think that'll be a thing. Not because it's not a good idea. I just think Rafa doesn't want to pick sides. I don't think Rafa's the kind of player that's going to be sitting in someone's coach's box and looking like a cheerleader. I don't think unless he was coaching somebody. I don't think Rafa would want to. He doesn't want to. Yeah, he's also very busy. Exactly, but I don't know. I just don't think Rafa would be. If he's going to go to a match, he'd sit. If you go to Wimbledon, he's going to sit in the royal box. He's not going to sit in a coach's box. Or if he goes to Roland Garros, he's not going to sit in Swiatek's coach's box. He's going to sit in a neutral spot, right? I don't think Rafa wants to be. It doesn't seem like Rafa would want to look to be picking sides, even though his ex-coach is coaching Swiatek. I don't think he'd be. Yeah, even with Alcaraz, I think if Alcaraz was playing a final against Djokovic, against Sinner, he wouldn't want to be in Alcaraz's box, even though there's that Spanish connection, right? That just seems same with Federer. Federer doesn't sit in coaches' boxes; he sits in the neutral parts of the court, right? The player box, or the what is it? Royal box and stuff, right? I don't think these guys want to be, they don't want to. It's not that they don't want to support one player, but they don't want to see as not supporting the other, because that's how it works, right? If somebody's sitting in a coach's box, you're like, oh wow, okay, so that person likes this person and doesn't like the other person. I don't think they want to be. They don't want to be picking sides or be made to Like, you know, because if somebody's sitting in Alcaraz's box, then automatically they're going to be against the other team, right? And I don't think Federer and Nadal would want to be in that position. So, yeah. I don't think Rafa's going to be in the Swiatek coach's box anytime soon. But it doesn't mean they can't, like, collaborate and stuff. It's fun to watch. They'll visibly be neutral, but behind the scenes, they'll be rooting for somebody. Of course. I mean, you don't think Federer roots for Fonseca? Come on. But he won't be seen in the Fonseca coach's box. You know, because then when you're in the box, you're part of that team, right? You've chosen your side. Whereas, you know, Federer is obviously going to be rooting for people that are on roster, right? Shelton and Swiatek. You know, Rafa's going to be rooting for Alcaraz, right? At times, but yeah, they're smart. They're smart enough to know not to sit in a coach's box until they coach somebody. Love 30 here. Keys with a chance to break already. I'll get a break point already. He's with a 4-4 rally. Like, net by Bencic. Love 40. Keys got break points. Love 40. All right, serve again. Into the back end of Keys. Bencic forehand to the forehand of Keys. The back end of Bencic. Keys back in the net. One save. 15-40. All right, still break points here for Keys. As we serve into the backhand of Keys. Return the forehand of Bencic. Keys backhand. Into the forehand of Bencic as Keys backhand slice. Bencic backhand up the line. Keys gets with the forehand but hits in the net. 30-40. Hey, what's up, Tarina? How you doing? These two have never played a three-setter? That's weird. So Bencic in straight sets then. So basically, this match was over when it got to 5-4 Bencic. Whoever got to 5 first was going to win this match. If you got to 5 in the first set, you're winning this match. That's what you're telling me? Whoever gets to 5 first wins. All right. Forehand from Keys. Into the back end of Bencic. Keys. Forehand again to the back end of Bencic. Up the line to the forehand of Keys. Bencic backhand. Again to the back end of Keys. Keys in the net. Do a deuce. All right, from love 40, Bencic survives. All right, serve again. And the return goes out by Keys. Advantage Bencic. Advantage Bencic. And the return goes back into Bencic. Bencic in the net. With the deuce. As Bencic serves again. Into the back end of Keys. Return the forehand of Bencic. Keys backhand. To the back end of Bencic up the line. Keys forehand to the forehand of Bencic. Into the back end of Keys. Bencic forehand cross court. Keys gets it. Bencic forehand on the stretch. Keys with a drop shot. Bencic comes to the net. Keys with a backhand lob. Bencic with a forehand win-up. And it's advantage Bencic. Good rally. Advantage. All right, advantage Bencic to get the first game of the second. All right, as Keys hits a good return, and we get back to deuce. And we serve from Bencic to the back of the Keys. Bencic forehand to the back of the Keys. Keys in the net. Advantage Bencic. They should have never played a match over an hour and 40 minutes. All right, well, let's see. Let's see if any of those things change today. All right, as Bencic holds 1-love in the second. If Bencic wins today, Mirra's out of the top 10 for the first time in over a year. Yeah, and Andreeva's playing next week in Linz, which she wasn't planning to play. She's added that to her schedule, so yeah. So that's fun. All right. Now that the draws come out for Monte Carlo, I've got to change my team. Has everybody joined the this tennis ATP fantasy thing? Be interesting to see how it goes. Or maybe I will. Okay. All right. 30-15 with an ace from Bencic. So from Keys. Do I get Fonseca in the team? Maybe I get Fonseca instead of Vachereau. All right. As Bencic 30-all. Chance for her to get the break here. As that goes in for a winner from Keys, 40-30. All right, return goes into the forehand of Keys. As Bencic backing up the line, Keys with a forehand slice. Bencic with a drop shot. It's too good. We get the deuce. All right, as Bencic makes the error, and it's advantage Keys. As Keys misses an easy one, we're back to deuce. All right, as Bencic gets aced, and it's advantage Keys. Advantage Keys. All right, as that goes out by Keys, and it's back to deuce. All right, as that goes out by Keys, and it's advantage Bencic. As Bencic looking to break. Backhand return up the line. Into the form of Keys. Bencic backhand pass. Goes wide. Back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As Keys too strong with a chance to get the game. As Keys makes another error, and we're going back to deuce. All right, as Keys comes to the net, lob goes up by Bencic. Then Keys puts away the smash. And it's advantage Keys. All right, Keys finally holds. And it's 1-1. All right. All right. Love 15 as Keys wins the first point. Oh, so okay. I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at the tennis, the ATP Fantasy. Apparently, it's you make a team, and then that's the team you have for the rest of the season. So it isn't just like a week to week thing. So you have to make a good team. I'm actually pretty happy with my team, to be honest. So it is like it's like a fantasy team for. It's not just week to week. So that's fun. So make sure you make your team. By the way, join the league as well. If you haven't already, we have only about 20 people in the league, which is great. A little fun side quest if you want to join the league. It's free to join, and you can also win prizes from like the ATP, giving out prizes and stuff. So if you do have a good team and you win, all right, love 30 here, Keys. Yeah, we'll be mucking around with it all year. Be fun. All right. Love 40. Chance for Keys to break. Love 40. Love 40. Hands it back in return from Keys in the forehand of Bencic. Keys back in again. To the backhand of Bencic. Keys gets the break. Bencic hits it long. 2-1. 2-1 Keys in the second. All right, 2-1. Now, I'm pretty happy with my team. I reckon it's a good team. I am not mad at my team. It's a decent team. Couple of, like, odd picks, maybe, but I'm also pretty happy with it. Tien lost? Oh, wow. Okay. What's your league, Cam? If you join the link that I just put in and then use that code, that's the league. It's just called the Tennis Talk League. But if you use that code to join the private league, you can jump in. Yeah, we've got like 20 people in there, so it's a nice small group. So you can join. I'm sure you can join any time, but if you join for the week 1, then you can be part of it for the whole season. I thought it was a week-to-week thing, but it's apparently a season-long team thing, so I'm excited. That's really fun. But yeah, join it. All right, 2-1 Keys in the set. By 22 minutes for 3 games is crazy. Apparently, there's you can win 2 tickets for an ATP event of your choice for next year. So there's some interesting prizes. 2 tickets to the major prizes. 2 tickets to the ATP Finals 2027 with flights and accommodation. Ooh, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And then like monthly prizes are merch and stuff. So yeah. The major prize is pretty sick. Getting 2, especially from Australia, because I know how expensive flights are, so that would be really good. I would love to get ATP Finals tickets plus free flights and accommodation. That'd be awesome. From Australia, that would be a great prize for me. If you live in like Italy, that kind of sucks. But if you live in Australia, that's a great prize. If you live in America, great prize. If you live like, next door, okay. If you're in Europe, it probably isn't maybe if you're in like, not in Italy, it's probably a good thing. But like if you're in Italy, you're probably thinking like, I was going to go anyway. But that's just the way it goes. So, or it maybe, don't enter so that I can win. Right? 40 love Keys. But I'm pretty happy with my team. I like my team. My starting lineup, I like. I'm not going to tell you. I want those tickets. 40 love, I'm playing for real. I'm not mucking around. Is it a 4 now from Keys? That's in the net. Oh, that was a bad miss. 40-15. Once the teams have locked in how many days? You got a day and a half to lock in your team. Once the team's locked in, I'll show you, but I'm not going to give away. I'm not giving away my secrets. Okay, I'll tell you one. Alcaraz. Alcaraz in my team. Oh, okay. There's what. I'll give you one. If you don't have Alcaraz in your team, you're either a hater or know something I don't. You don't have Alcaraz in your team, then I'm very confused. 3-1. Couldn't afford him. Or you can't afford him. Or you might have been... Look, we've been playing these kind of games for years, right? These kind of strategy. There's a strategy. Maybe you don't go Alcaraz because he's too expensive. Maybe you decide to spread out the team a little bit. But I mean, I can't not pick Alcaraz. Not for Clay. He has given me no reason not to pick him. Like how are you going to afford Alcaraz if he starts winning on clay? Like he's the most expensive player in the comp. I get it, but also he's like a guarantee. I don't know if I like. I mean, yeah, you could use a strategy of like not get Alcaraz and then spend your money somewhere else. But I'm like, what? You're going to pick Musetti's not healthy. Djokovic isn't playing. Zverev isn't cheap. Fritz not playing. FAA, he's half the price of Alcaraz, but he's also not as reliable. So I'm like, Alcaraz is guaranteed to make a final of every tournament he plays on clay. I don't know. Or do you go like, you get rid of Alcaraz, but then you can afford... Because my team has got a lot of cheaper players, but like I just don't trust... I mean, look, you could go maybe Ruud. Do you get Casper Ruud? Do you get Demonor? Do you get Musetti if he comes healthy? I don't know. I feel like Alcaraz is a no-brainer. He's expensive, but he's also like he's going to get you points. Unless he gets injured, then you get rid of him. Difficult to place Alcaraz and Sinner in your team? Well, yeah, you could. I mean, you could take the risk and not pick one, and go with the other, and then spread your money somewhere else, and then try and afford them later. That could be a thing. You got to have one of them, right? You can't have Sinner. You can't have a team without Sinner or Alcaraz. You got to have Sinner. One of them. One of the two, right? I'm picking Feast, but Feast isn't playing this week, so don't. I mean, I'm giving you a free help. Don't put someone in the team that's not playing. I had Feast in my initial team until he withdrew, and I'm like, okay, you can't start the tournament off with inactive players. You got to have active players. Bencic slaps the ground 30-all. I'm excited for this though. This is something that I've been asking for a while, and we've been, though we have been like mucking around with like tennis fantasy stuff before. It just sucks that the WTA aren't involved, and I don't know what happens with slams. Do they do slams? But it'll be a fun thing to just muck around with, because I think it's driven by the PIF. So if they also do WTA, that'd be sick. It'd be cool to do like a WTA league as well. But it's fun. I'm excited to see how this works. Like tennis fantasy competitions, I can't believe they are not a thing. As Bencic in the net, and it's 30-40. They have been a thing on and off, but they haven't been a thing. Like every other sport has a fantasy league, right? You have NFL, NBA, EPL, like every other thing. Even like World Cup soccer have it, right? I mean, Formula One. Like it's so good that tennis is finally getting into it. So much fun. We're gonna have so much fun with the chat. Make sure you join so we can all have some fun. Good serve from Bencic, back to deuce. Especially join the league, because then we can all muck around. I don't know how I'm guessing the league is just going to be who has the most points is the top of the league. I'm guessing that's how it works. But yeah. As that goes in the net by Bencic. Advantage Keys. Advantage Keys to take the double break in the second. As Bencic serves a fault, second serve. The return goes into the backhand of Keys. Bencic, backhand it from Keys. Again, the backhand of Bencic. Into the backhand of Keys. Bencic backhand on the stretch. Keys with a forehand cross court. Bencic gets it. Goes up the line of the backhand of Keys. Bencic with a forehand slice. Comes to the net. Keys with the backhand of the net. Oh, that should have been a winner. But it hit the net. Deuce. We get the deuce. Yeah, there's only one player on my team that I'm looking at like, oh, do I change them? I don't know. All right, serve to the backhand of Keys, but Keys hits the long. And it's advantage Bencic. You join the league? Good. Yeah, join the league. And then we can muck around with it over the next couple of weeks. All right, Bencic finally holds. All right. All right. I'm just having a look at how this works, so then if anybody has any questions, I can answer them. All right. Bencic to serve. Also, they do during the slams as well, which is good. If a wildcard player loses in the first round, they earn 0 points and bonus points for aces and upset points. Ooh, nice. Penalties for double faults and losing. Or getting bageled. Okay. Two free switches every week. All right. 40 love. Keys with the break in the second. All right. 40-15. Does the switch mean you get to pick a new player or just move your already selected player? Yeah, so that's a good question. So from what I'm reading, I'll check it out. Is this match not exciting enough for you, Cam? No, I'm about to pass out, obviously. Look at I'm so tired. Officially the longest match these two have ever played. Nice. All right, 4-2 keys. Yeah, so a switch. So you get 2 free switches every week, so you can rotate players. So every player has a value, right? It's based on ranking. So if you want to switch somebody out next week, you can, and whatever their price is, you can switch for whatever, right? But you get 2 free switches. But I think if you want additional switches, it costs money. Sorry, not money. It costs not money. It costs in-game currency. I guess that's the best way to say it, right? Yeah, and then there's these chips that you can use that like make your alternates. You can put it on like all these they're like almost like bonus chips, which is an interesting idea. Which at the moment I don't think I'll muck around with yet until I get like an idea of what's going on. But yeah. But it will be fun. Like it looks like a really fun, interesting something that I've been kind of wanting to see. It's a very similar to what I've been like asking for, which is great. Now there's not one for WTA. unfortunately. But it's only going to be for ATP. But it goes over the slams as well. So every week from now on, we can muck around with it. Except for like the weeks that they don't have ATP, which is like after Wimbledon, right? Maybe. So yeah. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun thing. And by the way, you can join now to be like part of it from the start, but you can join I think at any time throughout the year. So you don't have to join today, but obviously if you're here, join now so that you don't miss out for all the fun we're gonna have in Monte Carlo. 404 rally. As that goes out by Bencic. It's free to play too, which is great. That's 30 all. Chance for Keys to get almost another break here. There you go. So you can join the league. Is it a backhand rally? Backing up the line from Keys to the front of Bencic. Sorry, the backhand of Bencic, and Bencic goes wide. And it's 30-40. Chance for a double break for Keys. When the clay is over, you can switch all 8 players for grass. Yeah. And apparently, if you don't use your switches for that week, you can accumulate it. So like the next week you can do 4 switches. But you can only get up to 8 free switches accumulated at one time. So like if you're happy with your team going into Barcelona or Munich next week or the week after, then you might not want to make any changes, right? So that again, that's where this gets really interesting. But also if the guy, like let's say Alcaraz doesn't play Barcelona for whatever reason, or Sinner doesn't play next week, right? He might not play Barcelona or Munich. You might want to get rid of Sinner because he's going to not get any points that week. You want to get players that have points. So yeah. Advantage Bencic. Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be fun to like go through every week, especially because we're all going to be in like if you all join the league, we can all track each other's teams and muck around when we're watching matches. Like we do. I mean, if you've been part of the channel for the last couple of weeks, as Bencic holds, last couple of years, you'll know that, when we were talking about like fantasy teams, like I built one and we've all kind of gone through it together, but now you can build your own. So you don't have to, follow my team. You can just follow your own team and we'll go through it. And maybe we'll do like a league prize for our league. Like at the end of the tournament, end of the year, we might be able to go through and, whoever wins the Tennis Talk League, we might give a prize or something. Like we'll celebrate the winner of our own league. How good's FAA on clay? Yeah, FAA can play on clay. But yeah, so switches are basically trades, right? So switches are trades. We'll probably go through it. Oh, we should have gone through it today with the draw. Didn't think about that. Oh well. But yeah, so you got like there's a chip called the swing switch, which means that if it's going from like clay to grass and you want to revamp your whole team, you get to do that. There's a triple bounce, which is basically a triple score. So if you put that on anybody, then that person gets 3 times the amount of points that week. And then if you want to, there's a chip called the alternate chip, which means that the guys that are on your bench, so the 2 guys that you have on your bench, their score counts. Because it only counts the 6 players you have on the field, on the court. The 2 alternates are there as an emergency as a backup, right? So let's say Sinner pulls out of Monte Carlo, your alternate will jump in and be part of it, I guess. Unless you have to put, do you have to put the alternate chip on? I don't know. Oh, no, here we go. Alternates will score if players withdraw from the starting team. There you go. If one player withdraws, your first alternate, first spot will fill up, and second one with the second one. So yeah, the alternates come in if you need. If you have someone on your team pulls out. Is Ben match waiting for someone else's to end? I have no idea. I think Ben's match is about to start though. All right, 15-all. But yeah, jump in and it'll be really fun to see how everybody goes. So apparently you only get one chip per swing. So for the whole clay court season, you can only use one of those chips on one of the each week. You can't use them every week. So it says here you can only have one chip active per week, and then chips reset after each swing. So the triple points you can only use once in the entire clay court season. Same with the other stuff. So keep that in mind. My advice would be probably don't waste your chips on week one. Wait a couple of weeks or maybe later. As that goes out by Bencic, and it's 40-30 keys. But hey, it's your team. You do what you want. You do what you think is best. But also just don't waste all your chips on day one because you might need them for for week not week one. Week 7 or 8. As we're back from Bencic into the forehand of Keys. Slice goes in. Bencic forehand. Keys with the pass. Bencic volleys. Keys with the backhand. Winner up the line. Beautiful shot, and it's 5-3 Keys. No, pardon me. Also, the bonus ball is like a double points, and that goes every week. So make sure that make sure you pick the person you want double points for that tournament. Make sure you pick them. It'll make more sense once it starts. Plus, we'll go through it during Monte Carlo. I'll show you my team. We'll go through it. We'll track the teams, all that kind of fun stuff. So don't worry. I'm just not going to show you my team now because I also good. You can't see my team. Teams are visible after the first week when the first week starts. So. I can't see your team. You can't see my team. All I can tell you is that Alcaraz may be on my team. Anyways, love 15. But yeah, join the league and muck around. It'll be fun. We've got nearly 30 people there, so that's fun. That's a fun... And I'm sure we'll get more people as we go on, but yeah. All right, love 30. You have to wait till the tournament starts before the view teams. Yeah, so Sunday night or Sunday, we'll go through that. I'll show you my team and stuff, and then we can look at it. I can look at all your teams. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Keys. Up the line's good. Bencic can't get it. Love 40. Keys to take the second. I feel like I don't know enough about players to make an informed decision on my team. Well, that's what the fun part about doing these team things is you might have one, this is why fantasy teams are so fun. Because you learn about other players. But again, it's not serious. It's all just for fun. So don't worry if you make a bad pick. Don't stop it from making a team because, just pick the players you know. It's Bencic double faults. We're going 3. First time ever. These two are going the distance. Because look, you might be the smartest person in the world, but if you pick some players and something bad happens, someone loses and you didn't expect, upsets happen, right? I mean, on the men's side, there's only 2 players that you can really trust, and maybe Zverev. But everybody else on clay, Like, who knows? So, yeah, I feel like it's really hard to make a team at this point, starting on the clay season, because you're like, oh, okay, I gotta figure out, do I pick players that have played on clay already? Do you pick players that are good on clay last year? Do you pick players? I mean, definitely avoid players who are not good on clay. Bencic, by the way, that was a bad set from her. 5 winners, 10 errors. 14 winners, 8 errors by Keys. So she played a lot better. And we're going 3. Or do you just pick your favorites? Maybe you just pick your favorites. Or pick a bunch of players from your country. Like, if you pick all Italians, if you made an all-Italian team, like actually made an all-Italian team, you'd probably be looking pretty good. Like, if you just pick Sinner, Berrettini, Caboli, Musetti, Dideri, you'd probably have a pretty good team. Like, I would actually, maybe that's what I should do. Can you do that? Would that actually work? Can you make an all-Italian team? Just make Team Italia. That would actually be, would that work? Let me check. Hang on. Let me check if I can try that out. Let's try that strategy. Can I pick all my players be Italian? Let me check. I think Musetti's too expensive. Oh, no, maybe. Oh, maybe. Caboli. Oh, you could actually pick Dideri. You could have an all-Italian team. You'd actually not be doing too bad. Unless the draw shows that they're going to run into each other, then you got a problem. But, if you got, Berrettini, Sinner second round or something, you probably don't want to see that. But you could probably pick an all-Italian team if you trust the Italians. Why would anyone pick all Italians? Because they're all good. Like, what? You don't think that having Sinner, Musetti, Caboli, Dideri, and Berrettini on your team is a bad thing? Like, yeah, okay, there's other players you could pick, but like if that was your team, it's not bad. That's a good team. Would I do it? No. But but you could probably get away with doing an all-Italian team. You could make an all-Spanish team, but it probably won't be as good. But an all-Italian team would be pretty sick. Somebody should do that for fun. If you don't know who to pick, just pick all the Italians and call yourself Team Italia, and that you probably do okay. You probably do all right. Cam knew this match would be fire. Hey, look. 2 players that are just outside the top 10, or at least like between 10 and 20 in the world. You knew this was going to be fire. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could pick Alcaraz, Landalucci, Hodar as well, but Davidovich Fokina, you could. But I think the Italian team overall are a lot stronger. I mean, they won the Davis Cup 3 times in a row. Did we forget about Casper Ruud? Yeah, you could pick Casper Ruud. Yeah, Ruud. I mean, Ruud's definitely a good player to put in the team. Depending on what strategy you go with, like making your team. I mean, if you don't pick Alcaraz and you decide to pick Musetti and Ruud, that's not a bad strat. If you don't think picking Alcaraz or Sinner is worth it. But I will say this again. I'm going to help you guys because I would love one of us to win the whole thing. Right? That'd be great if somebody in the chat won it. Somebody from our community won the whole thing. It'd be awesome. But you got to remember that if you don't pick Alcaraz or Sinner, right? If you pick one, or if you don't pick either of them, what are you doing? You got to pick one. But if you don't pick them, their price is going to the price is based on the ranking. So, for example, all right. So if you look at I'm looking at the rules here. So the world number 1 is always going to be worth 40 credits. So you're going to have to spend 40 credits on number 1 in the world. Number 2 is 36. So in order to get Sinner, you will probably need to pick. Like Djokovic is number 4. He's 30 credits, but he's not playing. So you probably need to pick somebody who's like number, below, like probably number 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, and hope that they get to number 4. So that way they increase in credits. Then you can sell them off, get someone cheaper, and then get Sinner or Alcaraz, right? An upgrade. If you don't get them from the start. And that's a good strategy. You could do that. You could definitely do that, right? You could not pick Alcaraz, and you could pick Musetti. Musetti gets up to number 4 in the world, or sorry, maybe it's probably better if you say maybe FAA. If FAA went from number 7 to number 4 in the world in the next week, you could sell him off and then maybe afford Alcaraz instead. That could be a good strategy. But you're also betting on the fact that you're betting that FAA is going to go up to number 4. So that's the risk, right? If you don't pick Alcaraz early or Sinner early, you're taking a bit of a gamble. And FAA, he could get to the Monte Carlo final and be number 4 in the world or close to number 4. So you could do that. That could be a winning strategy, but you're really betting on FAA, right? You could probably do that, though. Or you could pick Casper Ruud. If you think Ruud's going to go, because it's all based on ranking as well. So if you're basically picking players that you're hoping will go up the rankings. So Ruud getting into the top 10 would increase his value, which means that you would be able to increase, you'd be able to upgrade him to somebody else. But again, you're kind of taking a bet on. I mean, this is what this is. It's you're putting a bet on him, right? You're betting that Ruud's going to do that. That's sort of the risk. If you don't want to go with Alcaraz or Sinner first, another strategy would be picking players that are cheaper, right? Players outside the top 20 that you're thinking will get into the top 20 eventually, and then you can trade them off and get other players, or betting against players. So if there's a player that's in the top 10 right now, and you think, oh well, they're not going to win on clay, they're going to drop down, and then you could pick them up cheaper later because they drop in the ranking. So it's again, this all makes sense when we play this, when we start going week to week. But, yeah. I love that it's based on ranking, though, because that's really easy to understand. So there's no, if somebody's a certain ranking, that that's going to be, that they're going to be this price. Plus they get bonus points, but depending on, that's their price, by the way. It's not their points are something else. Points are depending on what they do in the tournaments. I still got to learn this team thing. Yeah, I think what I might do is maybe before the first round of Monte Carlo, I could go maybe do a members only stream, and we can discuss it. We can talk it. We can go through it a bit and talk about how it works. That could be fun. Yeah, that could be interesting. All right, 15-30, by the way. Bencic in trouble. Sorry, Bencic, Keys in trouble. Bencic a chance to get the break early in the third. All right, serving to the backhand of Bencic. Return goes the backhand of Keys. Bencic backhand again, the backhand of Keys. Into the backhand of Bencic. Up the line to the front of Keys. Bencic backhand. Into the backhand of Keys. Again to the backhand of Bencic. Keys again with the backhand. Bencic can't get to the drop shot, though. Too good. All right, 30-all. 30-all as Keys serves. First game of the final set. And it's a double fault, 30-40. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. Are the prizes for finishing top of the league? Are there prizes for finishing top of our league? No, not yet. Not that I can think of. Maybe, like I said earlier, if you join, we might be able to do it later. Like, if everybody gets involved, then we could probably do something at the end of the season, maybe for the winner of the Tennis Talk League, maybe. But again, it just kind of depends on what the interest is like. But you can win prizes from the ATP are giving out prizes for winning the league, so winning the competition. So you don't have to worry about me. You can win a prize without. It doesn't have to come from me. I mean, join the league, and then we might do prizes down the line. But I don't have anything in mind. All right, Keys survives. Deuce. All right, as Bencic misses the return, advantage Keys. Now advantage Keys. As Keys serves again. Into the forehand of Bencic. Return is good. Keys gets it back with a slice, but it's long, and it's advantage. Sorry, it's back to Deuce. Back to Deuce. Back to Deuce. As Keys misses another one, it's advantage Bencic to get the break. First game of the third. This match is longer than I expected. Yeah, I know, right? Did Linz just give wildcard entry to Andreeva? Yes. Andreeva is playing in over there, yeah. Advantage Bencic. As Keys serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return goes to the backhand of Keys. Forehand from Bencic to the forehand of Keys. Bencic forehand goes again to the forehand of Keys. Bencic again to the Keys forehand. And Keys puts that away. Back to Deuce. Back to Deuce. There's a forehand now from Keys into the forehand of Bencic up the line of the backhand of Keys. Sliced. Bencic forehand into the backhand of Keys. Bencic with a slice on the stretch. Keys forehand inside in win up. And it's advantage Keys. Advantage Keys. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. This first game of the third is marathon as that goes out by Bencic, and Keys finally holds. Finally gets the hold after a marathon first game. 14-minute first game. There you go. And the first game goes to Keys. 1-love in the final set. All right. All right. Back to Bencic. So the backhand from Bencic on the stretch goes long. Keys with the first point, love 15. And that goes the net by Keys on the return, 15-all. All right, 15-all. As Bencic serves again. As the backhand goes out by Bencic. And it's 15-30. Chance for Keys to get the break. All right, 15-30. Serve again. Into the back end of Keys. Back end of Bencic goes wide. It's 15-40. Bencic is making all the errors. All right, 15-40. All right, as that goes out by Bencic, and Keys takes the break. Okay. 2-love in the third. Jovic all the way, but Anna is dangerous. Oh, yeah. Winner of this plays against Kessler or Starab-Dubseva. He serves an ace. I love 15 love. As Keys misses that one, and it's 15-all. All right, it's Bencic on the attack. Oh, me, you right? You okay? All right, 15-30. Serving to the backhand of Bencic. Backhand now from Keys. Into the back of Bencic up the line. Good shot. Keys with the slice. Bencic comes in with a backhand. Puts it away. And it's 15-40. Bencic to take back the break. All right. First serve was a fault. Second serve. There's a return from Bencic up the line, the back of the Keys. Bencic forehand into the net. 30-40. Serving to the forehand of Keys. Return goes in the forehand of, forehand of Bencic. Forehand from Keys and the forehand of Bencic again. Keys with a drop shot. Bencic gets it, but Keys wins the point. Puts away the volley anyway, even though it was a double bounce. Deuce. All right, we get to deuce. As Bencic hits a return wide. And it's advantage Keys for a 3-love lead final set. All right, forehand from Keys. Into the slice of Bencic. Keys. Forehand inside out. Bencic with a pass. Keys with a volley. Too good. It's 3-love. 3-love to Keys. All right. Final set. All right. All right. First games of the final set. Keys is dominating. 3-love. All right, how are we doing, chat? I also want Bencic to win this game. Okay, cool. Well, it's only one break, so it's not over. Yet. All right. All right, let's see if Bencic can hold, because this is a big game for her. Momentum is well and truly against her. She needs to hold. As with a point now up the line from Bencic, that's a winner. So from Keys, sorry, that's another winner. That's love 15. As Bencic with the backhand. Goes cross-court the back into Keys. Bencic hits it wide. Love 30. All right, love 30. Chance for Keys to get the double break here. 7 to the back end Keys. Return goes back into Bencic. Keys backhand. Into the back end Bencic up the line. Keys with the forehand on the stretch. Bencic goes up the line again. Keys there with the backhand. But hits it long and it's 15-30. As Bencic serves again. And so goes the net by Keys. And it's 30 all. All right, as the return goes in from Keys, the forehand Bencic. Keys goes wide with the forehand. And it's 40-30. Bencic to get on the board in the final set here. All right, serving to the forehand of Keys. Off the tape of the backhand of Bencic. Keys with a forehand of the backhand of Bencic. Again, the forehand of Keys. Bencic forehand of the stretch. Goes wide, and we get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As a backhand rally. Now Bencic again, the backhand of Keys on the stretch. Bencic wins the point though. Keys overhits it. And it's advantage Bencic. All right, as that goes out by Bencic, we get back to deuce. As that goes out by Keys on the return, advantage Bencic. All right, advantage Bencic to take the game. As Keys returns, but it's a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Keys. Backing up from Bencic in the net. We're back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. As Bencic serves again. Serve again. Is a let. And serve goes the backhand of Keys. Bencic forehand to the back of the Keys. Keys with a drop shot winner. All right, advantage Keys to take this double break. As a forehand from Bencic in the net. There's the break. All right. There is the break. Keys 4-love final set. All right. All right. Bencic needs to start doing something quick because this match is getting away. As Keys with an ace. 30-15. After return from Bencic goes in front of Keys. Bencic backhand. Up the line's a winner, 30-all. As Keys, massive serve, 40-30. Keys to take a 5-love lead in the final set. All right, serving the forehand of Bencic. Return winner. Back to deuce. All right, deuce. As a default from Keys, second serve. As the return goes in from Bencic. No, it's a double fault from Keys. All right, advantage Bencic. to get one of these breaks back. Advantage Bencic. Serving the back of Bencic. Lob goes up. Keys with a forehand. Into the back of Bencic. Just Keys with a forehand again to the back of Bencic. To the back of Keys. Keys in the net. There's a break back. All right. 4-1 Keys. But it's only a single break now. All right. All right, 4-1. Still a long way to go for Bencic, but it's a start. All right. All right. 4-1. Does this show just how close in level these two are? Well, yeah, I mean, they're very close in the rankings too. I think Keys is just ahead of Bencic, right? Keys is like bottom of the top 20, and Bencic is closer to the top 10. All right, 15 love. Still a long way to go for Bencic to get back here. All right, 30 love. There's been a 400 from Bencic. Sorry, from Keys to the back end of Bencic. Keys with the drop shot in the net. All right, 40. 40 love Bencic. All right. As Bencic serves again. Bencic double faults. 40-15. All right, back in return into the forehand of Bencic, Keys with the backhand up the forehand of Bencic again. Is with a forehand from Keys on the stretch, and then Bencic in the net. All right, 40-30. Bencic. Serving the back of the Keys. Forehand from Bencic. Into the forehand of Keys. Bencic. Again to the forehand of Keys. Bencic backing up the line. That's a win up. All right, 4-2 Keys. Still has the mini break. Sorry, still has the break. Mini break. No, the normal break. But Keys is still in the box seat. All right. Bencic hanging on. Okay, there's Keys. Hits away the forehand winner, 15 love. All right, serving to the forehand of Bencic. Keys with the backhand into the forehand of Bencic. Bencic hits it wide. And it's 30 love. Pardon me. By the way, chat, we've got 32 people in the league. Yay. Make sure you join the league. All right, as that goes out by Bencic on the return, 40 love. As the backhand return goes to the forehand of Keys. Backhand from Bencic to the backhand of Keys up the line. Keys hits a winner, 5-2. Keys keeps the break. And now Bencic will serve to stay in the match. All right. All right. All right. All right. Shelton's having a hard time, is he? Six five. Okay. What am I having dinner? It's 7 a.m. Nothing. Oh, Ben was up 5-4. Okay. All right, 5-2. Bencic serving to stay in the match. As with a serve out wide, the forehand of Keys. Bencic with a forehand winner. And it's 15 love. Serve again is a fault. Second serve. Double fault. 15-0. McGriddles for breakfast? No, I don't want to die. I'll have a sugar overdose. I think I'll just have a coffee and then relax, Have a big lunch, maybe. I don't know. Alan!
For breakfast.
Hey, thank you for the 20. Appreciate that. You don't have to do that. Thank you for that, though. All right, now I have to have breakfast. I don't know what I'm going to have for breakfast. Thank you, though, for the 20. All right, 15 all. As we get a forehand from Bencic into the slice of Keys. Bencic drop shot. Keys can't get it. 30-15. Big breakfast, skip lunch. No, I'm going to skip breakfast, eat lunch, I think. It's been a long time since American male won Roland Garros. I know, right? It's been like 30 years. Roland Garros is hard to win. Unless you're from Europe. Europeans know what they're doing. Or South Americans. As the return goes in the backhand of... Or Serena. As that goes out by Bencic. 30-0. Serving the back of the Keys. Forehand from Bencic. Into the back of the Keys. Bencic forehand goes long, and it's match point for Keys. 30-40. Keys to take her spot in the semis. 30-40. As Bencic serves a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Keys. Backhand of Bencic up the line. That's a good shot. Keys gets with the forehand. Into the forehand of Bencic. Keys, backhand slice. Bencic with a backhand up the line. Keys with a pass. Too good. Keys wins. Fights back from a set down. By the way, chat, 2 banger matches in a row. We're very lucky. I didn't expect to stay up this late. Not that I'm going to sleep anyway. Great win by Keys. And she is into the semis. And she could make the final. I mean, there's a very good chance that she makes the final because her semi-final opponent's unseeded. By the way, Keys winning that match goes up to number 15 in the world. So she is climbing back up the rankings. And Bencic does not make top 10. Not this week. Sorry, number 17. She goes up to number 17. If she wins the next match, she will go up to number 15 unless Jovic wins and makes the final. But yeah, either way, Keys slowly climbing back, and that was a huge win. Probably her biggest win since last year, because she was injured at the end of last year too. So it's probably been a while since she's beaten someone like that high up. Lost to Mboko in Adelaide, lost to Anisimova and Swiatek at the WTA finals. Lost to Raducanu and Cincy. Yeah, Mukova beating Mukova in Montreal was the last time she won against a top 20 player. So huge win. Lost to Pegula at the Australian Open, but yeah, huge win for Keys. First top 20 win for since July, or August, last year. Even last year, I mean, like in the last 12 months, last year she beat a lot of top 10 players at the start of the year. Top 20 players at the start of the year, but she has only had, since the Australian Open final, she's only had 2 top 20 wins. Last year's Australian Open final. She's lost to Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff, Towson, Raducanu, Swiatek, and Anisimova. That was last year. She beat Mukova and Schneider. So that was her third top 20 victory since winning the Australian Open title, which is crazy to think that. Top 20, not top 10, top 20 victory. That's a long time. It's taking a long time to get this win. When at the start of last year, she was beating all the top 20 players in a row. Yeah, Keys looking out for Mirra, yeah. Andreeva now doesn't have to play next week. Her ranking is safe. Yeah, good win for Keys. And she's into the semis. Probably the first semi-final in a minute too. Much needed comeback, yeah. So Pegula and Keys are into the semis. They won't play each other until the final, but they'll play. I mean, you got Jovic and Kessler probably. I mean, it could be an all-American semi-final lineup, to be honest. Andreeva doesn't get knocked out of the top 10, not this week. She's still playing next week, though, but yeah. She's safe for now. Happy shopping, Cam. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be doing that. I've got to wait a couple hours, but yeah, my plan today was like wake up, do the draw, do a draw preview, go to sleep. Maybe watch a match, but now my plan is stay up and then just wing it. Just wing it. Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll watch tomorrow. We might watch Jovic Pegula. I don't know. It depends on what the schedule is, but we do have Monte Carlo coming up, so I kind of got to prepare for that. If you want to go watch I put a draw preview out if you want to go check that out for Monte Carlo, so that's out already. Yeah. And yeah, don't forget to join the league. Yeah, don't forget to join the league. Because that is active. Thanks for doing all the streams. No worries. No schedule for tomorrow yet. Yeah, schedule should be coming out soon. This is Keith's first semi-final since India was last year. Jeez, that's a marathon. It's been a while. Who you got, Jovic or Kalinskaya? I think Jovic should win. 41 winners, 30 errors from Keys, 18 winners, 26 errors by Bencic, 6 double faults Bencic as well. They both had 12 break points, 6 converted for Keys and only 3 for Bencic. So Keys' serve was just better when it needed to be better. All right, that's it. Done. Keys into the semis, Pegula into the semis, and we are done for the day. Monte Carlo draws out, so that's fun. Everything's happening. It's all happening. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe. If not, we're definitely doing Sunday, right? Sunday's the start of Monte Carlo, so we've got to watch that. So yeah, make sure you join us for that. Must watch start to the tournament. I don't know who we watch on day one, but it depends on the schedule. But I mean, there are some interesting first round matches like Cerundolo Tsitsipas is one. Obviously Fonseca we'll try and schedule in. There are some interesting first rounds. Wawrinka, Monfils. So yeah. So there are some good first rounds. Is it an idea? Ooh. Just making it change my team. I just had an idea. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, but I'll see you guys soon. Again, don't forget to join the league. If you haven't already, there should be a link in the chat or link somewhere. Hello. But I'll see you guys later. 4-6-6-3-6-2. Keys comes back. Just like Pegula came back from a set down earlier and gets the win over Bencic. First time she's beaten Bencic in a 3-setter. They've never played 3 sets before today. I'll see you guys soon.